Something happened to me this morning. So
we do have new fidgets though. Want to preface that?
Oh yeah, we should probably just get the elephant out of the room.
Yeah. These fidgets aren't green, which is really helpful for us because they're not gonna. What's it called when they black out on the green screen? Green out.
They green out.
They green out.
They green hornet through the green screen
because they're not green. And there was a comment that said, "You stimming is like seeking sensory input."
Wait. Seeking
like stimulation.
Seeking stimulation via
the fidgets. And you seek stimulation in an ADHD way. Someone said, and I seek it in an ASD way, which is autism. So it's just something to think about.
You guys keep leaving comments, keep being curious, and keep diagnosing us.
Perfect. Yeah. Something happened to you this morning.
Yeah. Okay. So there's this woman that like I don't really know if she lives in my neighborhood or what, but I always see her and like running. She goes on runs, but I thought it was a homeless person because of the way that she's always screaming like at the top of her lungs, and but I've never like sought it out. I'm usually like in my car and I hear just like screaming, and I always roll my window down. You know, it's like who's screaming today? And it's always this woman. And she's on different areas, like where I am. But the other day I was walking to, this coffee shop near my house, and I see her, and I was like, I'm gonna go tomorrow at the same time. She was like running away. I'm gonna go tomorrow at the same time, and like try to figure out what she's saying.
Okay.
And so this morning I went, and I walked over to my coffee shop same time. She has a route, and so I'm like, okay, she has a route. I get kind of closer. I'm like, oh, this is not a homeless person at all. This woman's wearing like an aloe set. Jogging set.
Like you can be homeless and wear an aloe set.
It's pretty expensive.
Yeah, but you could find it.
Maybe she
via
homeless
donations, etc.
So they
exist.
What, homeless influencers? Really?
Yeah.
I'd love to do a deep dive into homeless influencers.
Well, those people that are like a day in the life of me as a chosen homeless person.
Like they're opting,
which is like they're opting to be homeless, which is a whole can of worms.
Seems problematic.
We don't even need to get into. But maybe she's one of those.
I don't know, because she's not filming anything.
Right.
I don't even think she's not listening to music either. So I'm walking.
She's making her own music.
There's probably tons of music in her head. I'm walking by her this morning. I get closer. I see the aloe set, and she's at the intersection near my house, and it's a stoplight. And there's cars parked at the stop, or not parked, but just at the red light. And she's going 2 middle fingers to these cars. Fuck you. Fuck you. But smile across her face. And fuck you.
Damn,
and big fuck you. And I walk up and I'm like, stick it to the man.
Yeah. Yeah. Hell yeah.
Like, I don't know what's firing you up today. I never noticed that she was screaming obscenities. And this is 7:30 in the morning. That's
like the time that you want to be doing that.
Hit the ground running.
Yeah.
Fuck everybody.
Yeah, totally.
Fuck you on your commute. And then she looks at me and goes, "Get moving, gay boy." I'm like, all right. So
well, yes.
I'd love to kind of figure out what her deal is. I'm equally intrigued as I am. I'm not even scared of her. She didn't have like an aura about her that was like threatening.
Maybe we could offer her a fidget.
Maybe we could have her on the show, and I'm being so serious.
Oh, that would give me pause.
Pause?
Yeah.
What's that?
Like I would pause.
It would give you pause?
It would give me pause. That's an expression.
Oh, I've never heard that.
Really? Oh, like that gives me pause. Like that makes me step back for a second and think.
I'm going to start saying that.
Yeah, it's a good one. It's a good one.
It gives me pause.
Just because I think like if she were to say something to me, I would get my feelings hurt.
I could imagine some of the stuff she would say to you.
Yeah. What? What do you think she would say to me, Connor?
I know. I mean, I can't literally verbatim think it, but I bet she'd be like,
she'd have a field day with me.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
She'd have a field day with you.
At the bare minimum.
I think that she's in great shape because she's running and
it sounds like she's constantly running.
Screaming at the top of her lungs all the time. Just like caught me off guard. And again, I wasn't like, I was like, morning to you as well.
I wonder if every time she's been screaming and you haven't quite heard her, she's been screaming gay boy at you.
She's not directed anything at me before.
But gay boy was directed at you.
Yeah, that was
that was targeted.
I didn't even like there was no one else out. I wasn't even like it was like, oh, okay.
What was your reaction? None?
I was like, because this is my first time being close enough to hear what she's saying. So I was like, oh yeah.
Totally.
Yep. Again, like I don't think it. I mean, it's obviously It may be a choice, but it also may be a situation.
It sounds like a situation.
Yeah. But again, not threatening. It's loud enough to where it might be disturbing the peace, but it's not bugging me. A little spice to my morning, if anything.
Right.
And she's exercising. Whatever, do what you want to do.
Okay. Good story.
Yeah. Sorry, I need it just like as a developing story.
Yes.
More on that later.
Yeah.
Surely. But
I'm sure she'll be a recurring character.
I just want it on the
in
record,
the BNC,
you know?
BNC universe.
Yeah.
Universal sphere.
I just want it on the record. The other thing that happened was I was looking at my a year ago today on Snapchat, and I've officially had Snapchat for like 6 years, so I'm getting 6 years ago today, which is really weird.
Too.
You know, like when they first came out with Memories, it was like 1 year ago today, and I was like, oh, weird.
Yeah.
And now it's like 6 years ago today.
Remember Time Hop?
Yeah. I never had that
was
because
a
I
good
didn't
device.
really use Facebook, but
Yeah, but it was like Twitter, Instagram.
was it?
Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and what's the third? Snapchat.
Maybe
It wasn't on Snapchat.
I don't think it was Snapchat,
but it was good.
Yeah, my friends all
Or just like
me.
what you took on your camera roll.
I think it was camera roll.
But now like a lot of apps have that built-in feature of just like this is what you were doing however many years ago.
I have my I made a TikTok about this, but like my like Snapchat year in review is always like, you woke up early, and it's always me like crying in the back of an Uber at 3:40 in the morning. It's like, no, I just hadn't gone to bed yet. And then you spend time with your furry friends, again crying, holding the dog that was dead that I just put down. So AI has a long ways to go in that field, I think, on Snapchat.
I don't know if there's a way to avoid it.
Yeah, I don't know. You can't tell if the dog's breathing.
Right.
Anyway, so I got my like couple years ago today, and it was I like.
I'm gonna see what mine is while you're talking, but I'm paying attention.
Basically, it was the whole thing, and it was 50 taps, and it was tap 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 tap, and I was like, it's all of a book, and I forgot that I was either so cheap or so broke in college that instead of buying the textbook, each unit I would go to my friend's house that would buy the textbook, and I would take a picture of every single page and save it on Snapchat because
Why on Snap?
Because I was out of memory on my phone, and I don't know.
That's a good loophole.
I don't know where Snapchat
gets the excess memory.
Yeah, where is it being stored?
I don't know.
That's really scary that Snapchat has wherever it's saving the stuff I take on Snapchat.
Yeah. That is really interesting.
But I was thinking, I was like, oh my god, I never bought the textbook, and I was studying from Snapchat app.
Wow.
I don't know where that was coming from. I just thought it was funny. But I was just thinking, like, that's the amount of money I had. And I was thinking about, like, what was I doing for work? And I was doing, like, random stuff. No, I just didn't want to. I'd rather spend money on, like we were.
So when you were studying, you would open Snapchat and tap your heart away?
Yeah.
So that makes so much sense for you.
Yeah.